everyone! So I'm back today with another layout for Wild Whisper. I'm still moving through my Canadian winter products. I love them so much. These colors are just fabulous. So I pulled a photo out that my brother had sent me. It's of my niece and my sister-in-law walking through the first snow that they had last year. And I'm actually going to start this layout by matting my picture. So at the beginning when I started this layout, I didn't have a game plan in mind. I was kind of working on it a little bit and started it, then kind of walked away and came back to it. And so I started here by matting my photo. I knew I wanted to pull in some of these peachy pink colors because I think that they're just gorgeous. And I also thought it'd be really cool if I could make it so that it almost looked like my niece and my sister-in-law were kind of walking into this pattern paper. So that's kind of the idea that I'm going for right now. I'm going to cut, I think this is 7 inches wide. I made it fairly wide. I want it to be a focal point on the layout. Of course, the pattern paper, you know how much I love it when we get pattern papers like this from Wild Whisper. And I'm going to stagger it so it's about 1/3 of the way, so my photo is about 1/3 of the way into the page. And then I saw this gorgeous layout by Marie Hurst. She is Pear Tree Paper Crafts on YouTube, and she's a member of, she's actually on a couple of design teams with me, but I saw a layout she did for Spiegel Mom Scraps where she created these little stitched starbursts, and she used them as fireworks on her layout, but I want to do them. I saw them and I was immediately inspired because they were so pretty. So I got a pretty peach embroidery ribbon and some white sequins, and I'm going to start by taking one of my close to my heart circle cutters, and I'm going to use it as a stencil to create these big circles all over my page. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to back my paper with just some fun foam. Hold on a second. And I'm going to punch holes. I'm trying to space them around, but I don't want them to be super wide. I want to have really fun, really big starbursts. And so what I'm doing is I'm making sure I get a hole in the middle, and I'm going to use that cutting guide to help me to get the middle part as close as possible. And I'm just going to go around. So I think at some point I may have made these a little too close, but not too bad. And I have my phone in the video today. My phone's been making a lot of guest appearances. And today I'm watching Robin Hood. And let me just say, Disney's Robin Hood is much different as an adult and much more humorous than it is when you're a child. Let me just throw that out there. I was having a super fun time watching Robin Hood. So what I did was I took the embroidery thread, I split it into 2 so that they were 3 strand. And then I am just going to go ahead. So what I'm doing is I'm starting with a knot. I'm pulling the knot up through the middle of the circle, putting 4 sequins down through the needle, and then going to the outside edge of the circle, stitching down, and then coming back up through the middle, and I'm going around just like that. I didn't put sequins on every one of the stitches because the sequins were a little wide. So you can see here, so I have the sequins, and then I'm doing one that's not a sequin, doesn't have sequins on it. And then that helped to space the sequins out so they weren't like right on top of each other. I think I put 4 on, and I'm using whiteout sequins. So I'm going to start with the whiteout, and then I'm going to go to black. So when I'm all finished here, I'm going to have 5 of these starbursts. 3 of them have white sequins, and then the third one has black sequins. And I'm just sitting here, I'm just stitching this up and putting it on. And you will see all these beautiful starbursts at the end when I go ahead and put get the rest of my layout together, but you can see what I'm doing here to give you an idea of how to do it in case you want to try it. And again, this isn't, I can't take credit for this. This isn't like, I'm sure it's been done before, but I was inspired to do it by Marie's layout that she created for Spiegel Mom Scraps. The next thing I want to work on is my title. So I decided I'm going to do a stamped title. These are the capital letter stamps from Wild Whisper, and I will have them linked up on the blog if you are interested in looking for them. I know the brush letters are sold out, and someone asked if they were going to restock them. When I talked to the girls at Wild Whisper, they said that it was a possibility if a lot of people seemed interested, but that they really didn't have any plans right now. So if these capital letters are also out of stock, and you would like either sets of these alphabet stamps, just go into the Wild Whisper community on Facebook and tell them how much you want these stamps, because they're beautiful stamps. I love them. So my title is going to be Winter Wonderland. I stamped out all the different letters to spell out Winter Wonderland, and then as you can see here, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fussy cut each of the letters. And now you can see how those starbursts turned out. So if you want to try this technique, I will say you need a lot of thread. I had an entire package of the embroidery thread. I actually ran out and had to do 3 of the little spokes of one of the starbursts in white. In the end, it's not noticeable. You can kind of see it on the camera here, but I was a little bit disappointed, and definitely whatever embroidery floss you're going to use, buy 2 of the packages of it, because these starbursts take a lot of thread. So now what I'm going to do on camera is just lay out where I'm going to put everything. I figured it would be really boring for you guys to have to watch me glue everything down. I have, again, now I've switched. I'm watching Murdoch Murders now. Murdoch Mysteries? Anyway, it's on Acorn TV. If you're a British crime lover like me, then you would probably enjoy it. I have to figure out a way so that you guys don't have to see what I'm watching on TV while I scrapbook. Unless you enjoy it. Either way, let me know below and I'll know whether I really do need to move my phone while I watch TV while I scrapbook, or if you don't mind seeing what interesting things I'm watching. So I'm going to go ahead now. I have some die cut pieces here I want to use. I'm pretty much going to fill in all the centers of the starburst. So I'm going to move the sequins up, and then I'm going to see where I like these different die cuts. And like I said, the sequins are not adhered, which makes them kind of fun and interactive, because you can kind of move them around and stuff. Not that really anyone's going to, but it was kind of fun to do it while I was putting the die cuts on, so there's that. I have a fun little mug of hot chocolate. I have the little circle that says hot chocolate weather, and I'm going to use 2 of the flare. So the 2 starbursts that are to the right of the photo, they are like half starbursts, so one of the larger die cuts wasn't going to fit on there. I had to find something a little bit smaller, but I didn't want to leave them without anything. So I'm just going to use 2 of the flare badges that go with the kit. And that will be what I use for the middle of all of my different starbursts. And this is how this layout's going to go. I'm going to glue everything down. I'm going to add just a few little clusters of sequins, mostly because I wanted to use up the package of the white sequins. I only had like less than 8 or 9 sequins left in the package, and I thought, you know what? I'll just create some little sequiny clusters around the layout, give it a little more sparkle and shine, and that's what we're going to go ahead and use. I glued everything down with Nouveau Deluxe adhesive. My reason for doing that is just so that everything would stick well to those the threads. So here is a close-up of all of those beautiful starbursts. And yeah, I'm so happy with how this turned out. I think it turned out so fun. You can see all the closer up pictures on the Wild Whisper blog, and remember to check out the information below so that if you would like any of these products, you can grab them on the website. And there's a discount code below as well. I'll talk to you all very soon. Bye!